After years of construction, the Bluetown Apartments in the Levee District now open. Good Thursday evening. I'm Tyler Lopez.
And I'm Janice Rappold. Thanks for joining us at 10. They don't have any problem filling the place with people already living inside. According to the East Peoria Chamber of Commerce, the new complex is already at 90% capacity. Building owners say community demand surpassed their expectations. And below the apartments is 10,000 square feet of retail space.
You know, you have so many businesses coming in, you have new residents, and then also right adjacent to us is Caterpillar. And with all the Caterpillar employees, with the buildings they have and all the manufacturing that they're doing, it's just great.
The Chamber of Commerce says more business groups are considering moving to that same area after the opening. The entrepreneurs they've talked to recently have reacted with positive ideas, knowing that it is centrally located in East Peoria.